Hey everyone, Matt Sullivan here. If you're building WordPress websites like myself and you're using Gravity Forms, you've probably noticed an uptick in the amount of spam that you're getting. Things about mining Bitcoin and just random first names and last names that are matching. So I'm going to give you 5 ways to prevent spam moving forward. First option is using CAPTCHA or Recaptcha from Google, which can be done in several different ways, but traditionally you're going to use something like a checkbox, or you could use image security where you have to select certain signage or things within images, just like this. So how do we set up Recaptcha? Very, very easy. We're going to go into Gravity Forms here on your left sidebar, and within this there's settings for overall Gravity Forms, and then there's settings per each form. What we're going to do is just go to the overall settings, and right there on the first page, general settings, we're going to scroll all the way down. We're going to find Recaptcha options right there. Now, if you don't have this set up yet, just click on this hyperlink, read more about Recaptcha. This is going to launch a brand new tab for you. And what you're going to do is go into the admin console and just really follow the steps. If I hit add or create here and just type in test.com, we're going to set up, on this case, I think it's easier for V2, just using the checkbox, So you're going to do that, V2 checkbox, add your domain in, which owner you want to get notified within spam, and then just accept your terms and hit submit. And what that is going to do, it's going to spit out a site key as well as a site secret key, and then you get the option of checking off checkboxes or invisible, which we'll get into in just a moment, but that's super easy, and that's step 1. After that is connected, you do have to add it to your form, so there is one other step. If you do click into any form that you want Recaptcha on, you're going to get your standard options, your advanced options, and multiple things to kind of add to the form. What you're going to do is go to advanced fields, Recaptcha, or CAPTCHA itself. Let's scroll down. Usually everyone puts it at the bottom right before you submit. So we're going to put it in there, and there it is. And then you just have to click update and you're good to go. Second option for spam prevention within Gravity Forms is using double opt-in. Now, the double opt-in method is more utilized within third-party applications such as MailChimp, Constant Contact, or any email provider like that, where you have to not only fill out the form, but then confirm it with your own inbox that you actually opted into something. So it works, but not my favorite for at least spam prevention. When using a third-party system like MailChimp, you're going to find this option under settings, going to MailChimp or that provider, whatever that feed is with the API. When you choose your list and scroll down, you will find a double opt-in option within that. So enabling that will give you that. It's not necessarily going to help too much with the spam prevention necessarily, but there are plugins that you can potentially use, but I wouldn't spend the money on it, as I think there's much better ways to block spam. Number 3 with spam prevention for Gravity Forms, and maybe my favorite, is just asking a very simple test question. Now, this has 2 steps to it, very simple though. As we're finishing filling out a form, just like with Recaptcha, what we're going to do is go to standard fields, we're going to add a number, and once that gets populated, we just have to create a general security question. I think numeric is the easiest way to do it, so we're going to drop down, and when this decides to open, there we go. We're going to put in security question 8 plus 3 equals, and we can leave it wide open. We don't have to actually specify anything just yet with this. All you have to do is make sure that it is required, and we are going to update this. And once it's a part of our form that has to be filled out, we want to go to form settings. This is the general settings for this form alone. And we're going to enable conditional logic within the submit. So you cannot hit submit unless security question 8 plus 3 equals 11. So people that only get this right are going to be able to submit. If they don't, they're going to get an error, and that way you can prevent all spam this way. The 4th option, and this should be the easiest one, but I have found that recently it's not working too well within Gravity Forms, and that's using Honeypot. It's very simple. It's in general settings. Let's take a look. Setting up Honeypot in Gravity Forms literally takes 2 seconds. All I have to do is go to Forms, hover over the form that you want to set this up on, go to either click on Settings or Form Settings. Either one, it's going to take you to the general settings for that individual form. And once that loads up, all you have to do is scroll down all the way. You'll see Form Options, Enable Anti-Spam Honeypot, and and then click Update Form Settings. Now, in theory, this should be great. This should work every single time, but I found recently it doesn't work all that great. So if it works for you, awesome. If it doesn't, then go with one of these alternative options. The fifth and final option for preventing spam within Gravity Forms is using the plugin Kismet. Now, this is not a free thing. This is actually, now it's paid. It used to be free, and it works really, really well. So if you're up for just spending a couple bucks on it, the integration is phenomenal, and this is what it looks like. Kismet is pretty much a default in most WordPress install scenarios these days, so you should be able to go to plugins and actually see it right there, front and center, and then click activate if it's not activated already. If for whatever reason it's an old, outdated version of WordPress, then you might just want to download it. Very easy to go to wordpress.org and get that file, or do it directly within your dashboard. And as soon as that is installed and activated, you'll notice by going to a form in the general settings within the form, just like we did with Honeypot, you're going to have an option for a Kismet integration, and all you have to do is click yes, and that's going to protect the form entries and provide you with data on how many forms are really inundated with spam. So it's a great option that I highly recommend as well. That's really it. Those are the 5 ways that I found to prevent spam the best way within Gravity Forms, protecting your WordPress dashboard and your CMS. If you have any questions, feel free to leave some comments, share this video, and my contact information is also in the description, so feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching.